Hello and welcome to ICTN's Open Line Election Special. I'm Thomas Gandy. Election Day is May 10th and we want you to be informed. Voters will decide Irving's mayor and 2 city council seats. We invited all of the candidates to come to our studio and record their message for voters. On this program, you will hear from the candidates in their own words. Their opinions are their own and not necessarily those of ICTN or the city of Irving. Early voting is April 28th through May 6th. Then Election Day, as I mentioned, is May 10th. Now, the messages from the candidates presented in the order in which they will appear on the ballot. First up, the race for mayor.
I'm Beth Van Dyne, mayor of the city of Irving, and I'm proud to stand here today as your mayor. We've done a lot in the last 3 years, and we've got plenty more to do. In 2011, I was elected by the voters in this city because they wanted a change. They were sick of too much spending, they saw debt piling up, and people felt shut out of how city government was working, the decisions that were being made behind closed doors. They saw special deals getting made and investigations that uncovered millions of dollars of wasted money. People wanted a fresh start and a clean slate. They wanted to bring stronger management and pro-direction to the city of Irving. It was my pledge then, as it is today, that I will always stay focused on how we can improve our neighborhoods, increase our infrastructure, and our quality of life for families in the city of Irving. I'm proud to report that since I've been mayor, we have seen more than 10,000 new jobs brought to our city. We've had 43 new corporate relocations. We've increased our tax base by $1.5 billion. Those are all great things. We also have the highest construction rate in 28 years. We've stopped the property tax rate increases that you saw under my predecessor, and we've continued to fight bad deals that don't help our city and only serve to enrich the politically connected. We've been able to focus our tax dollars on capital improvements for streets, parks, and helping our neighborhoods. And we've also enabled more home constructions so that we can get more families to move into Irving. The people of Irving placed their faith in me to help our city grow, prosper, and create more opportunities. We've delivered. But we have more work yet to do. With more cooperation, we can continue to cut unnecessary spending, find ways to lower tax rates for everyone, but especially for seniors who are on fixed incomes. And we can expand our economic development, which is great for all areas of Irving. I am working hard with our school districts and with our students and businesses to help our schools collaborate so that we can create an educational environment that enables our students to be workforce ready and tells other businesses, move to Irving. We've got everything your business and family could need. I hope you agree that we've done a good job. We've had solid progress and we've helped to move the city forward. I'm Mayor Beth Van Dyne, and I'm here once again to ask for your support and your vote for the next 3 years. We need to move our city forward in the betterment of future growth for every family in the city. Thank you.
Okay, greetings. My name is Herbert Gears. I'm a 31-year resident of the city of Irving. I served for 12 years as an elected official, 6 of those most recently as mayor. And I've come to offer myself up to serve again as mayor and been very clear about my intention in doing so is to make life better for the elderly. You know, it's a responsibility directed at those of us who have not yet earned that status to take care of and respect our elders. So we're going to create a public conversation about how we can do that here in the city of Irving through this election. And I want to share with you a little bit of information, you may already know some of it, that we put together so people will understand exactly what we're up to, because this matters. This is going to be a very important election for seniors. What we propose to start with is to eliminate property taxes. State law in Texas allows cities to eliminate property taxes for persons 65 years of age of older. So we think that's a good idea to do that. You know, seniors commit fewer crimes. You know, they pollute less, they consume less. You know, they donate and volunteer more, you know, in our schools and our churches and our hospitals. Really, if you think about it, you know, seniors are the backbone of what we call our community. Of course, we have a very large and diverse, vibrant city. But it's really the seniors that hold together the core, you know, of what creates Irving's community. So it makes a lot of sense for us to find every way that we can establish policies through the leadership to make their life better, and that really makes our entire city better. Now, so we've jumped out there and said we're going to eliminate property taxes for seniors, and people have said, well, Herb, how are you going to do that, and what's that going to cost? What's the impact of that? So I brought some information to share with you today that I got from the city of Irving about exactly what it means when we talk about persons age 65 and over having a homestead exemption of 100%. Primarily the biggest defining factor of what it means is a 2% impact on the general fund budget. Now, we have a very large pie, as you see, that is our general fund budget, and when you eliminate the revenues that are created by no taxes for seniors, that's the impact. So you can see that it's a minimal job to get done. It's something that we can achieve. People will tell you, hey, we'll have to raise taxes on everybody else or cut services, on everybody else, and that may be someone else's solution, but that's not my solution, and I'll show you how it is possible that we're able to do that. If you look at information again from the city at our spending in the last several years, what's important to see is that because our budget is so large, you can see back in 2008 where the spending was at $183 million. We worked pretty hard over those last 3 years as mayor and brought that down about $15 million in cutting wasteful spending and creating efficiencies here at the city. And of course, in the last 3 years, we've seen that turn around, and we have an increase about $15 million, and we're back up where we started. And the important thing to learn about this is these are $15 million swings. And so when we talk about needing to achieve or accommodate a $5 million item in our budget, this should show you that certainly we have the ability to do that either way, either by increasing spending, or reducing spending. I'm sorry, increasing spending or reducing spending. Another thing that's important to see is that while we were going through this process of reducing spending, starting out back in 2005, we also got a handle on the rising tax rates. We kept them level for 3 years, and then we actually gave a tax decrease to the citizens, and then kept them level again. And then, of course, lately, we've seen things change a little bit. We've had a big increase 1 year, another increase, and kept them level for the 3rd year. This is about 11% increase in the tax rates in the last 3 years. So people ask, well, Herb, how were you able to eliminate $15 million in spending and at the same time keep the taxes low? Well, I'll tell you, we did it with leadership and teamwork. We accomplished a lot with leadership and teamwork. And that's how we're going to get this done for the elderly. In the years that we were blessed to serve the community, we saw the creation of the Heritage Senior Center and the Health Clinic and the Animal Care Campus, the Veterans Memorial Park, the Valley Ranch Library, West Irving Library, Campion Trails Convention Center, the South Irving redevelopment. We demolished over 1,000 substandard apartments. We reduced crime 40%, and again, reduced the taxes and reduced spending. So what's next? We're going to eliminate property taxes for seniors. We're going to construct a new multi-purpose senior center. We're going to provide low-cost transportation services for seniors, and we're going to expand the Senior Housing Rehabilitation Program. So if you hadn't got the message, it's important, very important, the most important election ever for seniors out in Irving. I want to encourage you to come out and vote for Herbert Gears, and we'll get these done. Thank you. God bless you.
Our election special continues now with City Council candidates. These are the messages from the candidates for Place 3.
Hi, my name is Billy Hickman, and I'm running for City Council, Place 3, in the city of Irving, Texas. George Bernard Shaw said, "You see things, and you say why. But I dream things that never were, and I say why not." You don't know me. I'm not a public figure, as it were. I'm just a regular guy, just a voter like you, who wants to see Irving succeed. When I look at Irving, I dream big. I grew up here. I was born in Irving Community Hospital. I went to school, John Haley, Lamar, Nimitz, graduated in 1998. I work for the Irving School District now. I'm just a regular guy that loves Irving. I'm raising my family here. I have my wife, Robin, my daughter, Hannah, who's almost 2. Now, many people have asked me, why are you running? What are you trying to do? What I'm trying to do is not be one of those people that sits behind the camera or the computer and complains about all the ills or the perceived wrongs and don't do anything about it. I'd rather get out there and do something about it. So that's why I decided to run initially. But then the other day I looked at a picture of my daughter and I realized, no, she's the reason I'm running. Your children are the reason I'm running, your grandchildren. I look at her and I want her to love Irving the same way I do. I want her to look at it as a magical place. Now, how do we accomplish that? How do we get this done? Well, 3 things that I'd like to focus on. The first is ethics and the ethics policy with the council. 2 is unity within the council. And 3 is supporting our local business. Now, the ethics policy seems pretty straightforward to me. I want to see government transparent. I want to know what's going on and why it's going on. If I'm elected, you can rest assured that if I vote on an issue, one way or the other, I'm going to tell you why. It's not going to be some backdoor, shaking hands with anybody. It's going to be, these are my reasons, and I'll put it out there, and I have no qualms with that. I'm an open book. Now, right now we have voting blocks on the council that tend to hinder progress. Doesn't seem to be a whole lot getting done, and that brings me to my second point of unity. If we can get some more like-minded individuals like myself on the council that don't have handshake agreements, don't have any backroom deals. I don't know anybody on the council. I don't have any business relations with them. So when I vote on something, rest assured that I look at the issue completely from both sides and take everything under advisement. Now, local business, what I want to see there is I want to see us prop these local businesses up. We have several successful local businesses throughout the city, from restaurants to t-shirt shops. And what I want to see is the Irving Mall, which happens to be in place 3, is floundering. Now, what we can do is maybe get some of these local businesses in there. How do we accomplish any of that? The city maybe has a sliding tax scale that help them out for a few years. Have a cutoff date there. But get these local guys on their feet so that they can make an honest wage and make the Irving Mall great like it was when I was going there when I was a youngster. Now, how do we do all this? We all need to get on the same page. That's all I'm asking. I propose that once I'm elected, I want to have meetings in my district with you, with the residents of Irving, with the citizens of Irving. Just let me know what's going on. How do you feel about things? What do you want to see changed? Let me take that to the board. Let me do the work there. I want to be your advocate. That's why I'm here. I want you to know that I've got your back, that the council has your back, that we're not some high and mighty cabal of giants or anything. We're just normal folks. We work for you. That's why I want to be your representative for Place 3. So on May 10th, I urge you to get out there, tell your friends, your family, get out there and vote, and elect Billy Hickman for Place 3. Thank you.
Well, it's a privilege to be here today. I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Dennis Webb. I am running for City Council Place 3. I'm running to be re-elected to the council seat that I have held since 2011. I felt like that I have done a pretty good job as a city council representative of District 3. I am 55 years old. I am married. Been married to my wife for 31 years. I have been living in District 3 for that entire time. I'm a longtime resident of the city of Irving, graduated from Nimitz High School. I love Irving, plan to be here, so I've gotten involved in the city. I've been involved civically in the city for about 25 years, serving on various boards and commissions. I've served on the Planning and Zoning Commission for the city of Irving. I've also served on the Mayor's Human Relations Advisory Board. I was one of the representatives for the city of Irving to the Community Service Block Grant Board of Directors for the Urban League of Greater Dallas. And I've just been involved just throughout the community. I'm the past president and one of the founders of the first community housing development corporation in the city of Irving called the Bear Creek Development Corporation, which is still in existence today. We founded that in 1999, I believe it was. My life is just a life of service. I am the senior pastor and the founder of the Bear Creek Community Church, which is a church that I founded in my den 18 years ago. I want to continue to serve the citizens of Irving in the capacity of City Council Representative District 3. Just to highlight a few of what I feel to be some of the accomplishments that I have done in that district. Doris Park is a park that's located in the northern part of District 3 that I'm responsible for the renovation of that park. After discovering that park, it was in a substandard condition. I worked through our city manager and our parks department to have that park renovated. After several meetings with residents who would be using that park, we asked them what they desire to see in that park. Their response to us was things like lighting, walking trail, better equipment, and all those things have come to fruition. I've fought to keep 2 recreation centers open, Austin Middle School Recreation Center and the Sam Houston Middle School Recreation Center, which are after-school programs that our children badly needed. When our former city manager, was going to streamline the Parks Department as a way to save funds, I did let him know that, those are recreation centers that are needed within the community. I've just really tried to be responsive to the citizens of District 3 and the entire city and whatever needs that they bring to me. I just want to serve. We have a great city. We have a lot of opportunities ahead of us. It is important that we put the right people on the council at this time. Nothing against my opponent as a person, but my opponent basically I don't feel have the time to be available, to be effective. This council position requires a lot of time commitment. We have committee meetings that we attend throughout the day. We have work sessions at 1 o'clock on Wednesdays twice a month. We have to go out of town and represent the city. It is just totally a time-consuming venture. At this point, I am retired. I retired from the Grand Prairie Fire Department after 30 years of service. 20 of that years I served as a lieutenant officer. And so therefore I have the time to continue to be effective. I just ask the citizens of District 3 to just take a look at both candidates. Both of us, I believe, are people that love Irving, but I just think that in totality of who's going to be best to represent District 3, who is going to be best to continue to work with the council, especially in the economic development projects we already have in the pipe, I'm that person. So I'm asking that you would vote for me to return to the council to continue to work with those who are working on your behalf. Thank you.
Now to the candidates for City Council, Place 5.
Hello, I'm Oscar Ward and I'm running for Place 5 on the Irving City Council. I've been a resident of Irving for 47 years. I'm married to Kay Ward. I have 2 sons, Blair and Robert Ward, both products of Irving ISD schools, and also a grandfather of 4 grandchildren. I love Irving. My wife and I are very active citizens in Irving. We support a number of Irving organizations, including Irving Sunrise Rotary, AMBUCS, Irving Arts Groups, Irving Heritage Society, also support the Interfaith Clinic, and the Salvation Army, just to name a few. I'm running as an independent pro-business candidate. I'm a member of both chambers, the Greater Irving Las Colinas Chamber and the Irving Hispanic Chamber. I've been retired for 4 years and I have the time to devote to this city. So what qualifies me to be on the council? What do I bring to the table? First, my education. I have a bachelor's degree in industrial engineering from the University of Houston and an MBA degree with emphasis on finance from the University of Texas at Arlington. It's important to be able to understand the technical and the business side of issues that we're required to vote on. Number 2 is my management background and a career in the building and construction materials business. Number 3, I have a record of leadership service with the City of Irving. I was chairman of the Building and Standards Commission for 2 years, and 2 years prior to that, a total of 4 years of service. I had the honor and privilege to be elected and to serve as the chairman of the Irving Review Committee, Charter Review Committee, along with 8 other prominent citizens. In 25 amendments that we brought forward were all passed in 2013. Also served on the Zoning Board of Adjustments and Appeals. I believe it is healthy for an incumbent to have competition, so I'm running to serve the taxpayers and citizens of Irving in a very respectful, professional manner that they expect and deserve. I support the new proposed ethics code, especially the Chapter 171 that's entitled Conflict of Interest, that requires a council member to abstain from voting on an issue where a relative benefits financially. Next, on our public education community and its relationship with the City of Irving is very important to me. I will recommend that we revive the Education Committee as a formal liaison between the city and Irving school districts and meet as needed to discuss areas of mutual interest and benefit. In the next 2 years, the City of Irving will be faced with 3 major financial issues. The most important issue is securing additional water reserves for the future of Irving's economic growth, both financial, both residential and business. Our goal is to maintain the vision of past council action in securing our sources for the next 50 years. Funding for the development of the Texas Stadium site, approximately 79 acres. How will the funding be? Public-private partnership or 100% private? That's yet to be determined. But just as important is the adjacent properties owned by the University of Dallas, Central Freight Lines. It's important that those properties in their development will be compatible with the Texas Stadium site. And funding for the redevelopment of Irving Boulevard and 2nd Street as part of the revitalization of the heart of Irving is very important. The Gateway Group has already presented to the public their concept of the redoing of Main Street and the Irving Boulevard and also 2nd Street. I'm running as an independent candidate, pro-business. Irving has been quoted as saying it's been raining with economic developments, except for one area. We must be serious about the Heritage District development. We have wasted too much time and money with the McDougal project failures. The council must stay focused on the concept of one Irving. I know I can make a difference. I'm asking for your vote. It's time for a change in District 5. I would like to hear from you. I can be reached at 972-258-1007, or I can be emailed at joscarw@verizon.net. Thank you, and I look forward to your support and your questions. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Rose Canaday, and I'm running for re-election to the Irving City Council, District 5. I've been blessed to serve in this district for the last 7 years, and I look forward to serving the citizens of Irving for another 3 years. During my time on council, I have been a strong supporter of the city's business community. The reason our business community provides jobs, investment, and brings new development to our city. So why is this important? Our business community pays 73% of our taxes. The reason that happens, that means that you and I pay less taxes. My goal is to keep Irving affordable for all its citizens, both young and old, by keeping your taxes low. However, it's election time, so you're going to hear the sky is falling, Irving has heavy debt, your taxes are going up, and this is just all hogwash. These are scare tactics that come up every time there's an election, and they're really aimed at the elderly, when in fact I'm exploring new ways to give more tax relief to our 65 and older population. Last week I visited with First Southwest and got a great report on Irving. Yes, we have debt, but it's good debt. And we still have capacity, which means we can still borrow money if we needed to. I want you to remember, though, that Irving is not like California or Wisconsin. We are a financially safe and sound city. That's why the rating agencies give us our AAA bond rating every year. We're one of only 5 cities in the state of Texas to accomplish a AAA bond rating. Good debt keeps our city viable and growing, which keeps your taxes lower. I'm running again for District 5 because I have unfinished work to do. The last 7 years I have been heavily involved in creating new water sources for our city that's critical for Irving's future. I'm also involved in getting DART to the airport, the development of 183 and 114 freeways, getting a Whole Food store in Irving, bringing new retail shopping to our city, and I took on the Trinity East gas drilling company recently, who wanted to drill 60 wells in our city along Campion Trail between Royal Lane and Northwest Highway. I led a large group to Dallas, and we confronted the P&Z and then the Dallas City Council, and we won. We defeated the Trinity East drilling. So there is no drilling in our city, and I'm in the process of creating an ordinance that is going to strengthen the drilling ordinance that we have now, and it will be one of the strongest in the state of Texas, and that will permanently protect Irving, because I do not believe that gas drilling belongs in an urban environment. Now, talking about an urban center, that's in District 5. You know we've built the convention center. Now I'm focused on the convention center hotel, the entertainment venue, North Shore, Water Street, and eventually we move down to Texas Stadium site. This urban center is Irving's future economic engine. That means for Irving citizens, and means tax relief for Irving citizens, and more visitors that come to our city. Our hotel occupancy tax will increase, and that will benefit the convention center, our arts center, and our museum that will soon be opening. The infrastructure also needs to move to the top of our budget. I've heard that from a lot of you. And the recession, it did take a back seat. Our streets, water, sewer, and public safety needs our full attention. The city is moving out of the recession, and we need to be proactive in these areas. So please go to my website, rosecanaday.com, or visit the city's website where there's information on me, or you can call me on my personal phone at 972-742-7557, and I'll be happy to answer any questions that you might have. I want you to remember one thing. When you go to the polls, remember, I am looking out for you, and I will continue to do that. So when you vote this election, vote Rose Canaday.
Those are the messages from the candidates. If you missed any part or want to watch again, check out the show online at youtube.com/The City of Irving, or go to ICTN.tv, then click on shows. To recap, early voting is April 28th through May 6th. Then Election Day is May 10th. The City Secretary's office can answer election questions. That number is 972-721-2493. There is also information at cityofirving.org. Thanks for watching this special edition of Open Line. We'll see you next time.